Hi, everybody. Good morning. It is an overcast day in Wisconsin, which is fine. We had a lot of rain last night, which my gardens are very, very thankful, and so am I, because I get to pick these little cherry tomatoes off the plants. But anyways, I want to talk about a note that I took, which I try to keep everything really simple. I don't like to use big words because I don't want people having I don't want my message where people are required to their, look in their dictionary for what does that mean. I like to keep it really simple because I think simple is what reaches people. I took a note at 7:15 this morning. It said becoming a Christian means there's no period end of sentence. It means that you are continually learning, growing, and moving closer to Jesus. There is no end until you walk into his loving arms. And my true belief, I have had times in my life where I have been closer to God, and there's times when I have moving away from him, when I said, oh, I don't need this right now. And I started to rely on myself. And I'd be going through parental estrangement, and people would say, oh, without God, I can't get through this. And I'd say, well, I rely on my friends and myself and my strength and my understanding and my experience and my wisdom and my this and my that. And it's not like I negated what other people were saying, but I was becoming a skeptic. I'll be the first to admit. I did not pray. I did not ask Jesus to help me out. I said, I'm going to do this on my own. And I'm not saying that we don't have the capability when you are of sound mind per se, where I don't drink or do drugs or anything like that. And if I take something, it's if I have sciatic, I take a half of a hydrocodone, 2.5 milligrams, just to take the pain away so I can get up and move. But other than that, a lot of times when we're getting through life, we think, I just do it on my own. But alone is a lonely place to be. And we as human beings who are conceived in and held in a body until we are pushed out into this world, we are meant for human connection, and we are meant for something far greater than ourselves. Becoming a Christian means that that period is gone. There is, at this moment, in your worldly, fleshly being, there is no end of sentence. When God has taken your choices and your sins and has forgiven you and washed you clean, there is nothing greater than that. And there's no period end of sentence unless you put it there. When I move away from God, that's a period end of sentence. That's me saying, no, God, I'm okay. I'm going to write this next chapter on my own. But that's not what we are meant for. I can't do this on my own. I'm human. I have stumbled in so many ways. But the greatest gift anyone could give is to lay down his life for his fellow man. That's what Charlie Kirk did. He laid down his life for his fellow man. His message was of honesty, straightforwardness. He lived without fear. He smiled in the face of people that mocked him. And I can guarantee you, he prayed and said, Father, forgive them, for they do not know what they do. It's what Jesus said on the cross for the men hanging alongside of them. Father, forgive them, for they do not know what they do. And when Jesus intercedes on your behalf and goes to his Father and says, Father, forgive them, That's what we have to do. We have to. When we are dealing with difficult people, Father, forgive them, for they do not know what they do. And believe it or not, one of those people that you have a challenging relationship or time with may eventually find Jesus, and the two of you one day may pray together. That's a miracle. So, anyways, that's what I wanted to share. I hope this message helps someone. Your life doesn't have to be a period, end of sentence. The only time it is a period is when we walk and see the sweet feet of Jesus, and He holds us in His loving arms and says, Father, their name is in the book of life. Let them in. And you spend eternity in heaven. People that have passed before you. How amazing is that? It's given the opportunity to live forever in eternity. That's a gift. So anyways, that's all I wanted to talk about. I hope this message helps someone, and I hope you have a great day.